When you start learning a new language, you often hear things like, try not to think in English at all. Immerse yourself in a new language. Do not translate in your head. In reality, it's easier said than done. You can't avoid unconsciously connecting your native language and the language you're learning. There are plenty of methods to help you memorize new words. It is important to choose one that works for you. In this lesson, I would like to introduce a method called Imagine. If you're a creative person, if you enjoy daydreaming, if fantasy and science fiction are your cup of tea, you're really going to like this method. Because you can't let your imagination run wild. Imagine helps you memorize the new words easier by creating a link between the new word and the words from your own language. That way, you will remember these words for a long time, not just to pass an exam. Maybe you'll go to Europe in the summer and make a new friend. Wouldn't it be amazing to have an actual conversation with them and use the words you learn in class? Learning a new language has tons of benefits. It increases your career opportunities, even gives you a chance to get a job abroad. Imagine working in Spain or France for a few months, having an experience of a lifetime. But in order to do this, you need to make sure those new words stay in your brain. Now, let's get started. Today's I can statement is I can memorize 4 Spanish words using Imagine method. Now let's choose a few words from Alberta's Spanish program of study. The first one is cabeza. In English it means head. Now think of an English word that sounds very close to cabeza, or sounds like a part of it. I chose the word cab as an example. Now let's put the two words together and imagine a head in a cab. You can draw or research a picture that will help you. That way you will also be using a picture word association method. It works very well for visual learners and kids. But try this method first. Create a picture in your mind, and you will remember Spanish word cabeza for a very long time. Now let's do another one. Mano. In English it means hand. The English word that I chose for this one will be many. It sounds very close to mano. Let's put them together and we have many hands. Easy to remember. Now imagine many hands. Freaky, right? But I'm sure now it will stay with you for a really long time. Now let's do the verb. How about tengo, which is an I form of the verb tener. In English, tener means to have. Here, instead of looking for the word that sounds close to tango, I split this word into 2 English words, ten and go. Now my imagined phrase is, have to go 10 kilometers. It is a little long, but it will work, especially if you picture a hiker in the mountains. With some words and phrases, this method will work great. With others, it will be a little bit more complicated. But don't be afraid to play around with words. Split them, connect them, create phrases, go crazy. There is no limit to imagination. The crazier the picture is, the longer you will remember it. For example, champiñones in English means mushrooms. Now, let's imagine champions with mushrooms. Kind of crazy, right? Why would the champions have mushrooms? Now try to forget that. Now let's review. How do you say head in Spanish? Think about a head in a cab. Cabeza. You can use flashcards with your own drawings. Try drawing a hat in a cab and writing the ending "esa" at the end of it to give yourself a little cue. Now, let's do to have, an I form of to have. The phrase here is have to go 10 kilometers. 10, go. That's right. It's tengo. Now, how do you say hand? Think of many hands. That's right, mano. And the last one, how do you say mushrooms? Think about champions with mushrooms. Champiñones. I really hope this method works for you, or at least gives you an idea to create your own method. Learning new languages can be really fun. Enjoy it.